The Pistons are the worst team in the league and things aren't looking bright in Detroit. In this video, we're breaking down in detail why the Pistons are so bad this year. Thanks for watching the video. If you're a big NBA fan, subscribe for more content like this, and liking the video would also be greatly appreciated. Okay, so for a team loaded with so much promise on paper, you would think they would have some glimmers of hope. They have top picks and high ceiling players. But the reality is, Detroit has so many problems that need to be taken care of, or this rebuild will take way longer than it should. First, let's look at where this team ranks among others in the league. As of today, they have the worst record in the entire NBA at just 2 wins out of 17 games. These matches are generally not even close either, as the Pistons score an average of 109 points, while they allow opponents to get 118 points per game. Both the offense and defense struggle heavily. Offensively, they are ranked 27th, and defensively, they land at 24. Now, on offense, they struggle to make shots with the 27th worst effective field goal percentage, and they can't even protect the ball either with the 2nd worst turnover rate. Their biggest strength on that side of the court is their ability to attack the offensive board, which at least shows a lot of hustle and grit. But defensively, there's not much of a bright spot. They have the 11th worst defensive field goal percentage. Opponents will just pick them apart. Opposing offenses can run their plays as they please too without disruption, as the Pistons do not force many turnovers, ranking 29th in that stat. These poor performances can largely be attributed to the poor play of key guys. Mainly, there's Kade Cunningham. Being the #1 overall pick, Kade was expected to eventually lead this team to make at least a little noise. When the season started, we actually did witness some star-level production from the young point guard. In October, he looked very comfortable manning the offense and averaged a clean 21 points, 7.5 assists, and 40% shooting from 3. But since then, he has just been outright bad. Over 15 games in November, his 3-point shooting dropped all the way down to 32%, and he averaged 6.9 assists to 4.3 turnovers per game. He takes a lot of shots, and most of them tend to be tightly contested, over half of his 20 shot attempts to be exact. Defensively, while opposing players only shoot 31% from 3 when guarded by Kade, which is great, they shoot 7% better against him on any shot inside the arc. And we aren't exactly talking about star guys here. He mostly matches up with opposing role players. The #1 guy just can't be a net negative on both ends of the court. High energy, super athletic rookie Esther Thompson is fun to watch, but he kills spacing with 14% 3-point shooting. And Killian Hayes can be useful defensively, but offers nothing on offense and gets in the way of minutes for Jaden Ivey. The rest of the roster tends to struggle in at least one area defensively and definitely offensively. But above all this, I see one key issue that is causing all the problems with the Pistons. It's their roster construction. There is a thing as too much youth. Sure, young talent is cheap, and that can create a loaded team, but look at the Pistons. They run a 5-man starting lineup of young guys. None of them have experience in a winning culture. None of them are playing well. This will slow down the growth process substantially. You can't grow as a scorer if teammates can't space the floor properly or find you with clean passes. You can't be a playmaker without good ball movement and guys actually knocking down the shots. Proven veterans will also point out mistakes on the court in real time, and the list just goes on and on. Recent young teams had their vets. The Grizz had Steven Adams and Dylan Brooks. Shea and Lou Dort have been in a winning culture before for the Thunder, but the best recent example is the Houston Rockets. They are running the same youth movement as the Pistons. They were a group of disgruntled and poor playing guys as a result. But the next year, they added veteran leaders to the starters, and now they are league darlings. The Pistons will be wasting the early years of their cornerstones if they can't make changes. Every year gone is another year closer to hitting reset yet again. Comment what you think.